No one yet.
Okay.
Ever heard of spotless shock syndrome? Our satin shield will bust the dust. Let's get this set ready for the next VHS shot. What the heck?
So let me know when people start to come in.
Okay. Okay, people are starting to come in.
Huh?
People are starting to come in.
Okay, good. Hey! Hang on a minute. Well, make yourself at home. How many people are there?
7.
Oh, good. Okay. Hey everybody. I'm gonna have you guys check in with me, and as soon as I find my pen. So because some of your screen names are a little wonky and maybe not totally recognizable by my stepson John, who only reads English, so gonna have you check in, say hello, and what your real name is, or just hi, it's Megan or whatever. Anybody?
Yeah. There is a Meg,
Hey Megan.
Devin,
Hey Devin. How's Adam doing? Tell him I said hi.
Nick,
Hey Nick, how's it going?
Conlon,
Hello, Conlon.
Chima,
Hey Chima, how's it going?
That's it so far.
Okay, so we're still missing the 2 Elijahs and Will. If you see 2 more people come in, please stop what I'm saying and let me know, okay?
Okay.
Training my stepson to be my TA. It's not easy, but he's doing a good job. All right, so here we are. I guess all of you have gotten emails from school by now letting you know that this is how it's going to be until the end of the semester. And I'm not happy about it either, but we can make the best out of this. We can still salvage, especially this class, by using internet platforms and just the very nature of the whole distance learning that we have to do. There are things set up like Live 365 that make it possible for us to be able to carry this class forward. So I'm gonna first of all eliminate out of the grade book the audio production part of this as a category. I may have one assignment going toward the end of the semester for you guys with Audacity to create some kind of a liner or a stinger to put into your Live 365, into the library there that you could pull from it and put it into your playlist. But I'm waiting on that for right now. I want to get you guys used to this whole distance learning thing, and I want to get you used to the technology of Live 365. So, one thing you should know is if you don't have a lot of music of your own, some people don't, and you've been using streaming services mainly to listen to music or the radio, then there is some music loaded onto Live 365. John, did you ever get your music loaded on?
Not yet.
Okay, so John has a plethora of different music, a little bit of rap, a little bit of country, but mostly classic rock type stuff, right, John?
Yeah, and indie.
And indie. So any of you can borrow from that to create your playlist, which is going to be your show. Your playlist is your show. But we'll get into that in a few minutes. I don't want to confuse anybody. Before I go ahead and move forward, does anybody have any specific questions right now you want to ask me about anything? I'll give it a minute for you to type in if you do. Reggie, come here. Reggie. Want to say hi to kids? Come here. Yes, we're saying hi to kids. Yeah. Reggie's doing a lot of chillaxing, which is something he enjoys, right, Reg? Yeah, don't go knocking over the tripod there, dog. Come here. Yes, that's John. Yeah, Jekyll boy.
Chima's asking, how do we record our first broadcast on Live 365?
How do you what? How do you record it?
Yeah.
So all of your phones, all of your smartphones have recording apps on them. It's part of the basic thing, even with Androids or whatever your phone is. They all have voice recording. So you make a voice recording of whatever you want to put into a break. So let's say you set up your first segment on your playlist. Your playlist is your show. So you have an intro, and that could be a voice track. Hey, it's me, Chima, bringing you all the best jams from where I am. Hope you're getting through all of this. Coming up first in the lineup, we have, and then you introduce the song. Now, as you develop your playlist, you put your songs in order, and you can save them that way. They won't shuffle. They won't randomize. You could save it as, that's your playlist set in stone. Also in the library, there are commercial spots that Live 365 wants us to put in. So that is what you'd use for a break. I'm trying to get some PSAs loaded up into the system, and working on that. That should be in place this week. So now you've got 4 songs maybe in your first segment. You've introduced it. That's voice track number 1. So how would you label that to upload it? Well, you can save and label your audio files on your phone. Just play with it a little bit. You can figure this out. It's not hard. Like, my granddaughter is 12 and she can do it. So you guys can do it. So you label it maybe Chima VT for voice track number 1, right? Or just 1, and then so on. So if you have a second voice track that you're recording to back sell or front sell a song in between the set of music, like you should, right? A little break in, you'd have Chima VT2, and here's where you go, all right, so this is Chima, you're listening to WXTC Online. Hope everybody's feeling well. We just listened to whatever song that was. We're about to listen to blah blah. Don't forget to wash your hands, stay chill, and then you end your voice track, you save that, you save it as I said, Chima VT2. Now you know when you're lining your music up where you want to place those voice tracks. After your 4th song, that's when you should have a break in like a commercial break. So they have in the library 30-minute break, 30-second, not minute, 30-second breaks, 15-second breaks, 60-second breaks. It's up to you. I guess there are some parameters that they want a certain amount of it within an hour. And I'd have to look into that a little bit more, but it doesn't matter. Insert your break. Now you may have Chima VT number 3, which could be, hey, so we're back from that little break. You're putting that in the lineup right after you lined up the commercial break, right? We're back from break. Hope that everybody's doing well. I've got some more music here for you. Or maybe you go on like a 5-minute diatribe about how it sucks to be stuck inside your house, or you don't believe in this, or you do believe in it, or whatever your trip is, right? And so you save that one as Chima voice track number, can you guess which comes next? 4, right? So anyway, I'm not trying to be a smart aleck. I'm just saying, yeah, you create these voice tracks. Now, if you don't have the technology to do that, email me privately and we'll work something else out. But all smartphones have the technology to do that. And, making those voice tracks, those voice recordings aren't hard to do. It's how, like, people blackmail people. They have this voice track app and, this voice recording app, and they just, like, let it run. Don't do that. I'm not recommending that at all, though. All right, any other questions?
Not that I'm seeing, but an Eli came in.
Hey, which Eli is it? There's Eli Hodges and Eli Williams.
Williams.
Hello, Eli Williams. How are you doing? We're just talking a little bit about Live 365, but I'm going to get really into it in a minute. I was just answering a question for Chima. So, anyway, welcome to my office. I said hi, you guys said hi to Reggie before. Now he's laying on his bed over there. Like I said in my video, my office is on the 3rd floor of our house. It's a converted attic that's like a master suite. So, down at that far end of this big room, it's a big, because it was the whole attic of the house, is where we sleep, and I have a television watching area, and it's nice. And then behind me, there's a dressing area and a bathroom over there, and there is John. And behind John, there's a whole wall of shelves that you can't see. And you can't see any of the rest of it either. Take my word for it. It's there. Anyway, this is my little world, and I hope you're doing good in your little world. I'm going to answer questions about, how to do a lot of things, and I want you guys to be ready to ask questions. I also want to let you know that I will have online office hours for this class tomorrow on our Moodle website under this week's block, and I'll show you that in a minute. There'll be a chat stream that goes from 1 to 2 p.m. tomorrow. So Wednesday, 1 to 2 p.m., there'll always be a chat stream that you guys can come and just talk to me about ideas about style or questions you have, just anything in real time you want to say to me. And then, of course, there's email. So, all right, I want to look at my notes really quick. You're going to see a lot of the back of my head. Sorry about that. It'll be okay, though. You know what the front of my head looks like. It's all good. This is not for anyone but our class, and I hardly care if I'm a YouTube star, honestly, right? I do radio. So, all right, so I took attendance. Attendance is taken. You'll have credit for being here. Like I said, I'm weighting things differently in the grade book, but being here at 9:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays from now on is what you need to do. This is not a hard thing to access. Just get on it, watch the lecture. After the lecture, we're going to be saving it. And John's gonna upload it onto YouTube to the instructional channel that I have there that you guys have already been to, and at least you should have by now, and you know about. So lectures will be saved there, but there may be snippets of media that YouTube won't allow in the upload process and will flag, and then John has to edit out. So the stream thing here seems to be cool with, like, whatever's flowing at the time. They're not like jumping in and editing us or canceling us in the middle of playing any media in the stream. So here's where you'll hear the real deal, like with, snippets and sound bites included, or videos, things like that I'm playing and talking about in real time. And but if you have to miss class, even though it's in your pocket on your phone and you could watch it pretty much anywhere. But if you have to miss class, it'll be uploaded onto YouTube and you'll be able to see it that way. So I told you about my office hours. We're going to check this week's Moodle in a second, and we're going to review Live 365. And then if we have time, I'm going to review a little bit about FM radio. So some of what we're going to be doing for the rest of the semester is going to look like this. We're going to have fun creating this internet radio station. Each of you guys has a playlist with your name on it. Each week your show will change, your playlist will change. Your playlist is your show. You'll build your playlist. Once it's built, you'll email me and let me know. Or maybe I'll set up a Moodle assignment link, and that's how you'll get your grade. That seems like a better idea. Okay, that's what we'll do. So once you set up your Live 365 playlist for that week, that has to be at least an hour long, not longer than an hour and a half though. Then you let me know, and then I will log it into the Moodle thing, and I'll get back to you on how I'm going to make this happen, but I have a pretty good idea about it, so don't worry, panic not. But you'll let me know, and then I will schedule your show to run on our station for a week. So whatever kind of content you're going to be building, it has to be a little evergreen, right? It can be somewhat contemporaneous. It could be somewhat about, current things that are going on in a broad and general sense, not in a very date-specific or time-specific sense. Like, it doesn't make sense to announce the weather on something that's going to be revolving and rotating throughout a week, right? That's old news. It's good. It's new news on Monday. By Wednesday, it's old news. So, not necessary. Not good content for this platform. Instead, though, you could talk about your experiences staying home right now, what the world is like while it's turned upside down. Is a good platform to be able to express yourself about this, not just through your talk. Some of you have more talk-oriented shows, so you could do that freely, and you could do that anyway, but to express how you're feeling about all of this, or, what your hopes are, and help people kind of get through this too by building this Live 365 channel. Your content, for your show, someone trips across our station on Live 365. Once it's up and running, I'm going to promote it and we'll get listeners and hits. But, once it's up and running, like, it's helping people get through their day. This is like the ultimate purpose for media, right? Is to help people get through, be informed, be entertained, pass the time, not feel alone, right? To know that people understand how they're feeling about things, that they are just not alone. So let's take this opportunity when we're all kind of stuck in the house to make something good for the world. Why not? Internet radio is easy for everybody to come across. Live 365 is an active platform for internet radio, and I think that this would be a good thing for us to do. So, take our mind off our troubles and build our music shows, and I'm going to explain more about that, like I said, in a minute. But let's go to Moodle, take a look at what you guys have to do, and I want to get back to how is this all going to work for the rest of the semester. So you're going to build your shows, we're going to build the station, and I'm going to promote it, and we're going to have fun doing that, and you'll get your broadcasting grade that way. Finishing up. If you only have like 4 shows left to do, or 3 or something, and you want to do more, you are welcome to it. The rest of you who need to catch up in order to fit all of this into the next 5-6 weeks of school, you might have to double up to 2 hours on 1 week's playlist show, right? You might have to do that. But email me or see me during office hours tomorrow, Wednesday, from 1 to 2 p.m. on Moodle, right here, your friend Moodle, who you're used to, and we can discuss how you could get caught up for those of you who need to do that. Right now, though, half the class pretty much is caught up, and the other half of the class really needs to get caught up, and you know who you are, so I'm not going to say, but you have an opportunity here to be able to salvage the rest of the semester. Like, everything doesn't have to go to hell just because we're all being ordered to stay at home and things are shutting down and all of that. Everything doesn't have to be lost. Let's do this. Let's have class. Let's earn a grade for this class, right? Good idea. At least it won't be for nothing, right? This whole springtime that we're stuck inside or, separated from each other, it won't be for nothing. You'll have a grade from college in all your classes. So do your work, do this work too. But here's the thing about online learning, and it's important to know this. So this appeals mostly to people who are a little older and settled, this style of learning. Usually they're entrenched in their own careers right now, or they've got families, they have other obligations, and they just can't get to like a traditional class time. Or they want to take content from a school that's far away, and they don't want to have to move there. Like, they have other reasons for why they're not going to a traditional college, living in the dorms, going to classes. Most of the time, these courses run midweek to midweek. So it starts on a Wednesday and then ends on a Tuesday. Because this population of people generally have more time on the weekends to be able to do their studies and get through all of this, get through the work that they have to do. That's why Moodle is set up that way, and most distance learning platforms are set up that way. So that's thing one that you need to know. Thing two that you need to know about online or distance learning is you have to be more self-motivated to learn and do things. This class in particular requires you to have some self-regulation and motivation to get through the training process, right? There's 5 hours that you have to get done within a certain amount of time. I extended it because of circumstances in the beginning of the semester, but still in all, within a certain amount of time, you had to get these hours done. I'm not going to, on campus, follow you guys around and ask if you've done your hours yet. Like, I get reports from the board of directors telling me who's been in, who isn't, and I keep track of it other ways, but I keep track of it. I don't track you down because you're grown-ups, and so am I, and it's not cool to treat other grown-ups like children, so I don't want to do that. I want you guys to be self-motivated to make some of this happen. And now that you're home, you have not much else to do. You don't have any excuses. There's no, I got practice for my team, or, we had a meeting that night, or Pete's play, or whatever it is, right? Those things are all off the table. So, part of being an adult, part of growing up is self-regulation. Like a learning balance and how to organize your life a little bit on your own, how to develop a schedule for yourself. And you should still be doing that now, especially now when things are so loosey-goosey and weird with, everything coming to a halt. You should still have some kind of a schedule for your life. You should still get up and put real clothes on. You should still do things to make yourself feel like you're kind of still normal. And so that's another reason why I'm having class at this time. The rest of it, though, the things that are on Moodle, setting up your show playlist, uploading things onto Live 365 yourself, communicating with me when you're done with the project, or asking questions that you don't understand quite how. All these kinds of things, watching the videos that I upload here for you guys, that's the self-motivated part of your learning. I'm not at your house any more than I was going to follow you around on campus to make you do your work. You earn your grade. I'm a pretty easygoing person, and I understand a lot of things, but in the end, it never fails that in any class I teach, the people who put the best of themselves into their work, whatever the class is, end up with A's, and the people who just barely care, they end up with low C's, and the ones who are totally disconnected fail, and people fail my classes. Ask anyone. It happens. I'm nice, and I'll give you lots of chances to make things up and work things out and have a heart, but your failing or your passing is up to you. So that's the thing about online learning. It's really a lot up to you to be motivated to do this. So, mom's speech over, but not going to chase you guys down to build your playlists. If you don't do it that week, you're getting a 0 for that week's broadcast. Oh, by the way, now I remember how this was all supposed to go. The link for your broadcast for that week is going to be where you submit your show log. So you'll get credit for your show log and for your show through that assignment link. I remembered. So there. All right. So I want to talk about what is on Moodle. And you should be checking Moodle regularly. You should be checking your email frequently throughout the day, because not just me, other of your professors want to harass and annoy you as well. So, and that again it's an adult responsibility. It's like leaving the mail in your mailbox outside of your house for a week until you feel like it. Now it's snowed on and rained on, and you open things up and you can't read them and it's a mess. And whose fault is that? It's you, because you were not a grown up and you didn't go check your mail.
Peg,
Check your mail. What?
Devin's asking when's the first playlist due?
I'm gonna go into that in a couple of minutes though, okay? I'm gonna go through the whole thing. Okay? Alright, so developing show logs, online show log number 1. Develop a show log as you would for a regular show, a regular broadcasting. Use this plan for your first online show via Live 365 and submit your show log here. Just in case you don't have a copy of your show log, Moodle is so clever that you can link to the show log that's posted at the top of our Moodle site that I uploaded. So easily you can, oh no, I don't have a show log. Oh yeah, you do. It's right there. So once you put your show log in, you'll get credit for that. And then online show number 1. Here's how this is going to go, right? Devin was asking. Devin, your wish is my command. The grade for your first show online via Live 365 will appear here. So apparently, I'm an old hippie and I've already figured this out over last weekend. Go me. I say I'm an old hippie because like I burned out on it completely. I'm thinking, how's the best way to do this? I found the best way to do it. I did it last weekend. John, isn't it fun to live with me?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, there's where your first online show is, and here's the rubric. Here's how I'm going to grade it. Your intro voice track. So the first track that people hear when they launch when your show list comes up on our station in rotation, when your show comes up, the first track they hear is worth 10 points. That's got to be a big hook, you know. The first track you make for your show has to get people's attention and get them to want to listen to it. So put your own groove on and make sure that one counts. That's worth 10 points by itself. And then break in and out tracks. So there's it's 30 points. There should be 3 break in and out tracks. One of those 3 can actually be your outro, like ending your show. And you can put that at the very end of your playlist to say, well, thanks for listening. This has been the Devin Show, all about Greek life that's not happening right now. Here's a shout out to all my Greek brothers and sisters who aren't together. Peace out. See you next time. I don't know. Does anyone say peace out anymore? That's probably not, right? But anyway, you get it. So one of those can be your last. So at least 2 breaks within the hour plus your intro. Got it? So you get a total of 40 points for your voice tracking. And then the content of your overall banter, like, all right, you've made these tracks, now you've got credit for that, uploaded them, put them in your playlist in order, the way they're supposed to go. But what's the quality? What's the content of it? Is it, interesting, engaging? Are you legible? Can I understand your words? That kind of thing. So it doesn't mean necessarily that the topic you're talking about, because it could be competition ping pong, As long as it's lively and it sounds engaging and you know what you're talking about, or at least you sound like you do, I would, consider that good content, even if I didn't necessarily vibe with it. So that's overall banter. And then overall content is another 30%. So that means your playlist too, right? And then a show time of 1 hour, approximately, give or take 5 minutes, is another 10 points. So you have to meet the time limit for your playlist. So once again, just to go over this, your initial very first voice track is 10 points. I want you to pay attention to making that voice track. There's another 30 points for voice tracks. There should be 3 more. So you should have a total of 4. One is the special intro track, and then there's 3. Now, it's your choice if you want to make the last of those voice tracks an outro, a goodbye, a conclusion of your show kind of thing. Thanks for listening. You don't have to, though. And then the overall banter, like, what's the quality of what you're talking about? Is it interesting? Can I understand you? Then the overall content altogether, right? All the tracks together plus the music that you've uploaded. That's what I'm going to be assessing that about. And then finally, are you meeting the time limit? So that's important too. So voice tracks could be a minute long. They could be 20 minutes long. It depends on what your show is like. It depends on the content. If you're talking about sports, you may have a 20-minute voice track. So check out the features on your phone's app and make sure what the time limit is for those things. Anyway, we're going to work within the parameters that we have. Questions, let me see, when did I say this is scheduled? All right, like I said before, your show will be ready for play on Live 365 by Friday, March 27th, 8 p.m. Who thinks that they'll have a hard time getting their playlist together in order with their voice tracks by Friday, 8 p.m.? Who thinks they're going to have difficulties? Say me. And then John will tell me.
Conlon.
Okay, Conlon, would it help you if I extended it to Sunday?
Yes.
Okay, then once class is over, let me write this down for myself because, I just proved to you all what an old lady I am that I forgot I had already set up the assignment and, okay. Okay, Reset Live 365 due date. I'll make that Sunday by 8 o'clock at night. So that should give you enough time to figure out how to use your voice recorder. We'll get some more music uploaded into the library, which we'll go over in a few minutes how to work all that stuff. Any other questions so far about this? Okay, we're good then, right?
We're running on a 6-second delay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's enough time to let me know if they have a problem. So if you do, if you're not clear on any of this, don't be shy, just ask. It's okay. So how to do this assignment, we're going to go through in a few minutes. This is a video that I want you guys to watch. It's called The American DJ. And then, this
Okay,
is before.
Nick has a question.
Okay, go ahead, Nick.
So if we don't have music already downloaded on our phone or computer, are we able to use YouTube to MP3 converter to upload that?
I don't know about that, but there is music in our library on the Live 365 station. But, John, is that something you could look into?
Yeah.
John will look into that, and then I can let you know. or you could look into that and you could let us know, because I don't know that answer. But check out after John uploads the music that he's got into the, there is already some music in that library, and there's commercial breaks too.